What if I told you that one of the most awkward places in sports isn't on the court, but inside the locker room? At the Australian Open, Coco Gauff once saw a player eating sweets and assumed it was a victory celebration. But the reply she got? This is depression candy. Yeah, things get that real in tennis. The most awkward room in sports. Unlike team sports, tennis players share a locker room with their biggest rivals. You could be sitting right next to the person who just knocked you out of the tournament, or the one you're about to face. Players like Paula Badosa admit they actively avoid eye contact before matches, just to keep the tension under control. Even a simple hi can feel like a mind game. Social gymnastics before matches. For Coco Gauff, things are easier with friends. But with strangers, it's unpredictable. Do you smile, ignore them, start small talk? There's no rule book. Meanwhile, Belinda Bencic says it gets even weirder when you're literally getting ready next to your opponent. Imagine fixing your hair while your rival is right there. An emotional minefield. The locker room isn't just awkward, it's emotional chaos. One player might be celebrating a huge win, another could be crying after a heartbreaking loss. And you don't always know which is which. That's what makes it so difficult, as Gauff explains. You can't read the room. But there's also support. Despite the tension, players like Madison Keys say the locker room can also be a place of support. Because in an individual sport like tennis, this is one of the only spaces where everyone truly understands what you're going through. Sometimes your biggest rival is also the one giving you a hug after a tough loss. The get-in, get-out strategy. Not everyone enjoys the atmosphere. World number 2. Jannik Sinner now avoids spending too much time there. Train, eat quickly, and leave. Simple. Egos and changing personalities. Then there's another layer. Ego. Stefanos Tsitsipas points out how some players change after a few big wins. Suddenly they become distant, harder to approach. He compares this to Giannis Antetokounmpo, who remains humble despite massive success. It used to be even worse. And believe it or not, today's locker room is actually better. Daniil Medvedev says that 20 years ago it was extremely toxic. Constant pressure, no escape. Compared to that, today's environment is more about quiet respect, even if it's still awkward. So next time you watch a tennis match, remember, the real battle doesn't just start on the court. It begins long before, inside a silent, tension-filled locker room, where friends, rivals, emotions, and pressure all collide. And sometimes, even candy isn't sweet.